Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and a puzzle by Celery today. Now, I've noted Celery as a maker of very good puzzles, and I was very surprised to find that I've never solved a Celery puzzle on the channel myself. Simon's done one called Arrowage when I checked. So I think maybe it's just that I think Celery's certainly contributed to puzzle packs that we've put out, and I think Celery's been very generous on streams, if I'm remembering the right person. Anyway, delighted to be having a go at a Celery puzzle today. And talking of streams and puzzle packs, we are streaming tomorrow. That is the plan. Simon's going to be having a go at this game Taiji, and that will be at 10 p.m. our time, so I expect that's 5 p.m. Eastern time in the States, and 11 p.m. Central European time, and you can work out the rest from there. But that is what we're planning to do. We'll probably go for a couple of hours till midnight our time. That's normally the plan. And what else is going on? And puzzle packs. We have two unbelievable puzzle packs on the go, both still live. You can enter the competitions. Fist and Maffel's incredible hybrid Sudoku hunt, and Jay Dyer's brilliant numeric alchemy. They are both available. Sorry, just clicked on the wrong page there. So do join us on Patreon and take part in those hunts. Now, I'm not going to pretend those are easy puzzles. Talking of easy puzzles, yesterday was very interesting, I thought, on the channel. The puzzle wasn't that hard, but the comments reflected my feelings about the grid, which were that in a way it was an extraordinary discovery. It was all to do with positive diagonals didn't contain any repeats, any of them, and negative diagonals contained the maximum number of repeats, all of them. And it was one of those things that just blew my mind about Sudoku grids, and a brilliant discovery by Spacky. I hadn't realised it was Spacky's first ever puzzle. That's quite an achievement. As I say, not even that difficult to solve, but the enjoyment of Sudoku is not all about extreme difficulty, and do have to point that out occasionally. And having said that, no doubt this is going to be an extremely difficult puzzle. Now, one thing about this puzzle is there is not a lot of information in it, so there is a good chance of high levels of difficulty. Now, I will also point out that if you like puzzles with killer cages or with arrows, our apps feature such puzzles. There is an arrow app and a killer app. There is also a classic app. And there's a chess app, and we have a knight's move restriction today. What we don't have yet is many German whispers puzzles in the apps, but we are planning a line Sudoku app early this year as well. So that will be coming. There will be German whispers within that, I have no doubt. So check out our apps if you like more content, and if you like puzzles that aren't that hard, actually. It's worth bearing in mind. There's also our merchandise. But anyway, we are going to look at the rules of this now. I've just mentioned what they all are. So normal Sudoku rules apply. That means put 1 to 9 in every row, column and 3 by 3 box. And there's a knight's move restriction, which means that the number 1 cannot appear in these cells, which are a knight's move away from that 1 in the grid. Also, not those two, but they're in the same box anyway. I would normally mention that I'm likely to forget the knight's move constraint, but maybe not today because there's so little to go on, I reckon. So that's the knight's move. Then on an arrow, the digits on an arrow add up to the number in the attached circle. So those two add up to that one. Those two must be the same. Those two must be the same number. And on the green line, along it, adjacent digits must differ by at least 5. So you could put 1 and 8 in here, or 1 and 6, but you couldn't put 3 and 7 in because the difference wouldn't be at least 5. So that goes for any pair of digits along the green lines. And those are the rules. No repeat digits in cages. Did I mention the killer rules? No repeat digits in cages, and they have to add up to the number in this corner. I didn't mention that, so I have done now. Those are all the rules. Do give it a try on the link under the video. I'm going to restart my clock and let's get cracking. So there's not many giveaway cages, but there is one. A 3 cage has to be 1 and 2. Oh, okay. We're being told where 1 is roughly in this box as well. This one can't be in those cells, or that one, for a pair of reasons. One is the knight's move, and one is because that cell is the same as that cell. One can't be in those cells because of the 1-2 pair, already in column 5. And it can't be in that cell because it's the circle of an arrow which has 2 cells on it. So one must be in one of these two. Then it's going to be in one of these two in column 6. That one is ruled out by the knight's move from the only given digit in the puzzle. And that doesn't really get us very far. We can't pull the same stunt with 2s because we don't have this given 2 to go on anywhere. So there's very little to work with after that. I suppose in these 6 cages, I don't know. Oh, I tell you what, there can't be a 1 or a 2 in this 24 cage at all, because those 2 cells see those 2 by either ordinary Sudoku or knight's move. Let me just show you what I mean. If that was the 1, it sees that cell by ordinary Sudoku and that one by knight's move. So whichever way round the 1 and 2 are, they can't be there. They also can't be there because that's in the same cage. So a 24 sum, no, it doesn't really help. I mean, there's no 1 or 2 in it, so could there still be a 9 in it? Yeah, easily. Okay, it doesn't do much, but I've just noticed it. So 1 down here can't be in any of those, or that one, which is in the same cage. But I mean, oh, that's useful. No, look at that. So 1 is confined to those 3 cells. Yeah, bingo. They all see this one. What do I mean by they all see that one? It doesn't matter where 1 is in this box, and we know it's in one of these 3 cells. It can't be here, because those 2 see it on the same row, and that sees it by knight's move. So that can't be a 1. And we're only left with 1 position for 1 in box 8, and it's there. And that doesn't tidy up any of these or those. It keeps 1 off this green line. I don't know, I think we're going to have to look at the green line now. I'm not... If one of those is a 1, that's a 2, 4K. I don't think I've got anywhere else to go in terms of... I mean, I could colour those yellow and say blue there, because they're the same digit. But I mean, that just tells me one of those is blue, one of those is yellow, but I don't know anything about highness or lowness. Yeah, okay, this is the thing. On a German whisper line, you can never put a 5 on a line because the number next to it couldn't be another Sudoku digit by the rule. So you're always going to have a number higher than 5 or a number lower than 5, and that means those numbers must alternate as you go round the line. So I could make those purple and these green. Okay. These 2 cells can't be 4 or 6 either, for a slightly peculiar reason. Well, no, it's simple enough actually. If they imagine you had a 4 here, then the cells on both sides would have to be 9, because the only digit 4 can be next to and have a difference of 5 or more is 9, and those 2 see each other. So because these cells all have neighbours that see each other, they can't be 4 or 6. Actually, these ones can't be 7 either. They can't be 7 because 7 would have to be surrounded by 1 and 2. And we've already had the 1 in the row. Now, there should be an imbalance. What have I missed out here? If they were a 2, they could be surrounded by any of 7, 8, and 9. If they were a 3, they could be surrounded by 8, 9. If they were an 8 by 2, 3, and if they were a 9 by any of 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, I haven't missed anything out. I just thought that... Okay, that has sort of extracted 1 low digit being the 1 and 1 high digit. It hasn't really told me anything. Oh, hang on, these purples... they all see both cells of this little line. Oh, hang on, what the heck? So there has to be a purple digit on the green line. One of these are all either high or low. One of these must be high. Oh, sorry, I'm being very dumb here. I was for some reason assuming that all these purples were different, say, high digits. If they were 6, 7, 8, 9, then we would be broken because neither of these could be any of those. Look, that one sees all 4 of those cells by knight's move. This one sees those 2 by knight's move and those 2 directly. So this is telling us that these are not a set of high or low digits. They're not 6, 7, 8, 9 or 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, they contain a repeat digit, at least one. Where does the repeat digit go, and is it interesting? That one can't repeat there or there. So if that is an instance of the repeat digit, it must be there. Oh, and that's not possible because you couldn't. It's not possible if purple is high because you couldn't put 6, 7, 8, or 9 in these cells. Look, this one is a knight's move away from there. So if you had a repeat digit there and they were high, you couldn't put one anywhere here. You couldn't put one in the 6 cage. And the same is true up here because of this 6 cage. That's why we've got these 2 funky 6 cages. So those can't be repeats because you couldn't put the same up there. So have we eliminated purple from being high? The answer is no, because there's one repeat possibility left, and that is those 2 being repeats. So let's just think about that. You'd get the same digit here, because everything else sees one of them by knight's move or directly. Then you'd get 1 in this cage. Oh, it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. Okay, I'm going to imagine that these, well, no, hang on. Let's start with imagining these are low. This is worth doing actually. Again, they can't be 1, 2, 3, 4 because those couldn't have a low number, and there must be a low number on there. It's exactly the same for those. However, with 1, 2, 3, 4, you could have a repeat there and there because you can slip it in the 6 cage. And the same's true here. Oh, okay, so there's... Right. Okay, instead what I'm going to go back, prove that these can't be high, because they would have to be the same digit. Let's call it grey. That digit would have to go here in box 7. It would be in one of these 2 in box 2, box 1 rather. It would be in one of these 2 in box 9, because remember the knight's move from there, of course. Now, in this box, it would be fixed as well. It couldn't be in those cells by ordinary, and it couldn't be in these corners by knight's move, so it would definitely be there. But now where is it in this cage? It can't be in those cells because of that by ordinary Sudoku. It can't be in that because of that in ordinary Sudoku. If it's high, it can't be in there. It can't be there by knight's move, and it can't be there by killer. That is magic. So if purple is high, grey is the same and is totally impossible. And that's quite confusing, but absolutely true. Purple is low. So let's go back to purple, colour it blue for low. Let's make those not blue. Let's make those purple instead. Green is now high and becomes orange. This one is 8 or 9. That is 2 or 3. Now, surely we can do something with these repeats again. Or maybe we can't. Maybe it's not so clear this. Oh no, hang on. This is a 1, 2, looking at that cell. So that's 3 or 4. Oh, can this be a 1? There has to be at least one repeat on this set of blues, but I think it's easier than it was. Well, this can't be a 4. This is 1, 2, or 3, again, because it's separating 2 digits, or it's neighbouring 2 digits that see each other. Oh, we can't put a 1 in here because of this 1 positioning in the central box. So that's 2, 3 or 4. Now I don't quite know what to do. Again, there is a repeat. Do we have the same problem? I don't think we do have the same problem. If these were repeats, it does mean that digit would go in here, but you can just about get away with a 3 or a 4 in there. I think you can just. Although we might come back to that. That would put a 3 or a 4 in there, which would have to be a... Oh, hang on. Oh no, it's fine. It would put a 3 or a 4 in there. That's all right. This cage, in fact, doesn't have a 1 or a 2, so it's going to have something like a 3 or a 4. But this cell is interesting over in box 6, because to make up this 22 total, that would have to be a 4 with a 9, 8 beneath it. I think that could be what's going on. But I have not proved these are a repeat digit. Is there a way I can do that? So I would need to prove that they were... Oh, look! The only way these could be a repeat digit, look at the possibilities, is if they were a 3. Where would you put a 3 down here? Not here by the knight's move, and not in the 6 cage, because it would have to go with another 3. That's beautiful. So these two have to be different. So let's give them a flash to show they have to be different. This one has to be different from both because it sees them both. So that's a trio of digits, and this must now be the same as one of those two because we need a same digit. This line, which colour digit does it have on it? Oh, well, it has the 4th colour, so this is purple or green. Oh, that's so annoying. I shouldn't have used purple, should I? I've used purple here. This has either the grey... No, this has the 4th colour of low digit. Oh, I'm so confused now. Yes, this has the 4th colour of low digit, and I wanted to say it doesn't have a 1 on it, but I'm not even sure about that. This is weird, isn't it? What a strange puzzle. That is either grey or green. It's 2, 3 or 4. Ooh, if they were both 4s, these would both be 9s. That's all right. It's not a big problem. Not that I can see at the moment anyway. Oh, this is weird. Okay, need to just keep trying to think clearly here. What's going on? Celery's doing stuff with us here. I'm getting confused, I know that. So, oh, where does this go? It doesn't go in those cells in box 9. It's all right if it's 4, it could be in there. Oh, we cannot put a 3 or a 4 cell in this 22 cage. I think I worked out. Oh, we can put a 4 in, but we can't put a 3 in. Oh, that's it. I'm so sorry. 3 can't be here. 3 can't be in the 6 cage, or it would need 2 of them. So 3 is in one of those cells. They all see that. That is a 4. There we go. That's a 9. I still don't know whether this is repeating that green 4 or whether it's the grey 2, 3. Now, 4 can't be in those cells, but 4 could be in there with a 2 or in here with an 8, 9 pair. This is so strange. I don't know which it is. That's really weird. Okay, 4 can't be in those cells. Doesn't really do anything. The low digit on here is not a 4. Very unsurprising. Oh no, hang on. That's... Oh no, the low digit on here is the 4th digit that doesn't appear on this line. And it's not 4. So the low digit here is 2 or 3. And the high one is 7, 8, or 9. That's so uninteresting, it's painful. It's so interesting, this. It's so interesting. And yet, it's tricky all the way through. 149 there. What have we learnt about that? We've learnt that 4 isn't there, so it's either a 4-2 pair or 4-8-9 in here. There is even a way it could be both, but that's really not what I'm meant to be concentrating on now. Now, hang on. These, yeah, you see, I haven't even pencil marked those right, because this could still be a 1. And in fact, this could be a 6 as a result. Oh. I kept on wanting that, or thinking that couldn't be a 1. If it was a 1, you'd have a 1 here and a 1 here. You'd get some very fixed places for 1s, including there, and there, and then one of those two, and one of those two, and that doesn't quite prove anything right or wrong. Bother. Right, this cell is 7 or 8. Can't be 9 because of that. Can't be 6 because it sees a pair. It is 7 or 8. This one is not 6 also. It's 7, 8 or 9. This cell cannot be in here. If it's 3, then it can't be in there. Now, 3, however, can be in this region. So if that's 3, that's a 2. Oh, this doesn't work. If that was 3, oh, it doesn't work for this. You see, previously I thought they could be a repeat, but they couldn't be a repeat 3 because then there'd be nowhere for 3 to go in box 1. That's what I just learned there. So that can't be a 3. So if they're a repeat, it's a 2. So if this is grey, grey is a 2. It's in there as a 2-4 pair. And that doesn't, oh no, it does work. Bother. Okay, I'm about to maybe see if that's a 4. This 4 can't be in those cells. So this 4 is in one of those 3 places. If that's a 4, it's in the corner. That's the only place it can be. So if this is a 4 that is green, then we get a 4 in this 24 cage. And if it's a 2 here, which has to repeat with a 2 here. Yes, well, this is a repeat. Yeah, if that's a 2, that's a 2, and then that's a 2-4. So 4 is either there if this is a 4, or there if it's a 2. This is getting stranger and stranger. I don't understand what's going on. If 4 was there, then 4 couldn't be in these cells, or those 2, or those. But I suppose, no, if this was a 4, that's putting a 4 in this cage. I don't think that's stopping that being a 4. There's almost something going on that I can get a fix on, but I can't quite do it. This line, I don't know, I think it's done its contribution. It's so interesting and yet so frustrating. So let's go further. If that's a 4, We've got a 4 here. Just started actually now thinking, what about if this is a 2? Then it has to repeat with a 2 here. But then I don't even know if this is 1 or 3. I'm missing something. One of these possibilities does something that just doesn't work and I can't see it. That is incredibly frustrating. Okay, if that was a 2, where's 2 in the central box? It can't be there because you can't put 1, 1 on the arrow. That 2 that I'm positing would see all of those. 2 up here would see those cells. So that would be where 2 would go. So if we had a 2 on the end of this line, that's a 2. Then one of those is a 2. And that's a 2 in column 4. The 2 has to be the repeat if that's a 2. So it's going in that cage, it's in that cage. It's got to be somewhere in these 3 cells. And it can't go in the 22 cage actually, it would have to be here. Not there, therefore. But that's not a cage. If that was a cage, it would be ruled out of appearing twice in that box, but I can't do that. It's close. I don't think this is a 2, but... Well, alternatively though, if that's a 4, then 4 has to be here in the central box. Ooh. Then we said there's a 4-2 pair here. The 4 in box 2 would have to be up here. 4 would have to be in one of those 2 cells in row 3. This is if this is a 4. This is perhaps... Oh no, hang on. Something's gone wrong. Something has gone wrong. Yes, this can't be a 4. That's it. It was relatively simple. Well, sort of. Okay, this cannot be a 4. I'm going to say why now. Because that would mean the 4 in box 9 would have to be here. Everything else is either a knight's move or ordinary Sudoku away from one of these 2 4s. That puts a 4 in the cage. Also in box 5, for the same reasons, you'd get a 4 here. And now in box 2, there is literally nowhere you can put a 4. Can't be in the same cage, can't be seen by row 4, column 6, or row 8, column 5. So you'd end up with 2 4s in the same cage. Not allowed. That's not a 4. That's taken me ages. Sorry. 2 is there. There has to be a repeat digit on this line. That's now not 2. The repeat digit had to be that one, and it makes this a 2. So 2, let's get rid of grey and green. We don't need them anymore, I don't think. Now, there is a 2 in this cage, so that's a 2-4 pair. That means 4 goes here in box 8. And in one of these 3 cells in box 4. Neither of these can be a 2. If that's low, it's a 3. If this is low, this is a 1-3 pair. I don't know the answer to that. I mean, God forbid this puzzle's going to keep being this difficult. No, it's not. Look, we can place 2 in this box now. That pair says not here. That one says none of those cells. And it can't be there because you'd need 2 1s in the arrow. So 2 is there. 2 is here in box 8. I feel like I've done a lot of this before in trials. 2 is here because it can't be in this 22 cage because the other pair of cells would add to 19. 2 is in one of these 2 in box 6. We've got a 2 X-wing and 2 can't be there now, so 2 is in one of those 2. This is something we postulated earlier. Now, 1 has come down to one of those two cells, and I don't know which it is, but it means one of these is a 1. How can that be so unhelpful? Irritating. Now, we worked out there's no 1 in this cage. There's no 1 there. Oh, I don't know. There is a 1 in one of those two. That's why there's no 1 there. I don't know. I don't think I can do much with 1s. I thought that was going to be the next big step. There is a 4 in this cage by Sudoku, and therefore every other digit in it is 8 or 9. And none of these can have 8 or 9 or 4 in. Is that right? Yes, it is. They all see all of these digits. Brilliant. So this has to be a 5-6 cage. If it can't be 4, 7, 8, 3 or 9, 2, that is a 5-6 cage. It's taken a long time since we got that cage at the beginning to get that one now. There's a 4 in one of those cells, so this is a 5-1 and a 2 there. So this is a 5-1 cage, and we know where the 1 goes. It doesn't go here. It's in the corner. One of these is a 1. No, those two can't be a 1 because of the 1-2 pair there. So we get a 1 on the arrow, which fixes the 2-1 in the cage by knight's move. None of that fixes the 2s, but the 1s keep on going. We get a 1 there. That's a 3 in the yellow cell, which no longer needs to be yellow. 1 can't be here or here. So there's a 1 in one of those two. And that means this isn't a 1, and that is. And then I'm left with this little X-wing of 1s. That is an annoying feature of Knight's Move puzzles. You get left with these uncleared up X-wings sometimes. Bother. So, but this can't be a 3, and that can't be a 3, so the digit on this, the low digit on this little whisper is a 1. Let's make it blue. That's orange, but that can now be 6, 7 or 8, because once that's 1, who knows. So we can take 1 out of those cells, put it in there. All the 1s are done. All the 2s apart from that X-wing. Almost no 3s and a few 4s. Right, 4 can't be in any of those. That doesn't really get anything done. What about 3 then? 3 is in one of those two. And one of those 3. 2, 9, 4, 1, 5 in this row is a given. There it is. Normal hidden single. 3 and 6 are both in that group. This is 7, 8 or 9. 9, 4, 1, 2, 3. 5 is up here somewhere. These can't be 5 or 6. That can't be 5 because that would be a 4 clashing with that. So one of these two is 5. Can we rule it out of here? We'd get 5s in these cells. Already got it in those. Oh look, we can just write in the 5 in this box. So let's just keep going. What would be happening with 5s? If they were yellow, there would have to be in box 4. If they were yellow, oh no, it works. You can place all the 5s if they're yellow. That is annoying. I was hoping to rule it out of here. What about this 24 cage that we've got nothing in? What about it? Oh no, hang on, let's put a 5 in one of those two cells first. Let's... I don't know. What does the 24 cage need? Come on, okay, think about it. Does it need a low digit? 3, 4, 8, 9 would work. That's annoying, isn't it? Or is my maths totally bogus? No, that is right. 3, 4, 8, 9 is annoying because that's kind of the extreme digits I'm allowed to put in it. and that means everything inside that could be number crunch to be part of it, I think. Oh, this 3 has to be surrounded by 8 and 9. It's just a German whisper move. I said at the beginning you can't put 3 next to 7, then I forgot all about it. Right, this is a 3, 6, 7 triple. That can't be 6. This is not 7. That's the other one of 8 and 9 that's not there. Ah, come on, come on. 5, 6 and 7 here. Now, interestingly, they all see this cell, which therefore can't be any of that 5, 6, 7 triple. That's probably not the way to solve the puzzle, though. Let's... What's this 8 done? Come on. 8 can't be in those cells. So 8 has to be in one of those and can't be yellow. Not very interesting. Because everything else can be yellow at the moment. Oh, we've got 6, 7 and 9 to put in this region. It's a 5 up here somewhere, but it's not there, so one of those two is 5. It's not here because of the positions of 5 in box 5. Which also rule 5 out of being there, but that's not so helpful. So, coming back to the 24 cage again. I don't know how to fill the 24 cage. I'm sorry if you do. 6. 6 can't be in any of those cells. So, 6 is either there, in which case it's there and there. And there, interestingly. Then it would have to be here. Wow, 6 is quite constrained if it's there, but it could easily be in one of those two. And that's not so helpful. Oh, maybe I need to think about this. This one can't be 4, 5 or 6 now. So it's 3, 7 or 8. This is 4, 8 or 9 as a result. That's a surprising setup. If that was 4, this would be 4. Let's just see where the 4s would be ending up. One of those two. Oh, specifically there. So we've got 4s. It's impossible. It's impossible for this to be 4 because you'd get this pattern of 4s in the grid and you couldn't put one anywhere in box 3. That's not allowed by Knight's move. Wow, that's quite complicated to see though. But it's true. I'm taking it. That can't be 4. This isn't 3. This is quite big then. This is 8 or 9. And goes either here or here. It's not... Well, maybe we can prove it doesn't go here because that might be the same deal as with the 4s. I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is, annoyingly. So one of those is an 8. How about that? And that's another reason for saying yellow can't be an 8. Purple can't be an 8 either. So yellow, purple can't be 1, 2, 5, 6 or 8 now. Still leaves a bunch of possibilities. Oh look, 4 is in one of those two cells in box 5. Hadn't seen that, so it's not there. It's in one of those two. Have we decided 4 couldn't be here? No, we were working on yellow before. So if 4 was there, it would be here or here. It'd be down here. Let's highlight the ones we've got. One of those two, as we know. Then I think we'd be left with 4 somewhere. I mean, there's a variety of places, annoyingly, in box 3, so 4 could be purple, as far as I can see, which is a pity, because otherwise I could have placed it. Oh, can it be here? It's worth checking, because that makes that a 4. And it's in one of those two. I can't. Oh, but it's also in one of those two. So it would have to be here, which would fix it in the outsides. Okay, that's interesting. Then we'd get a 4 here. And that would be all the positions of 4s, but I can't see that there's a problem with that. So if 4's on the left, that's where 4s are going to be. If 4's on the right of the central box. Hang on, let's just do it again and colour them. Just because it might be revealing something that I'm not seeing otherwise. There was some reason we knew where it was in. Oh yeah, it's in one of those, so it has to be here, then there, not there, not there. Okay, so let's colour those green. Now if 4 is on this side, and this is quite constrained, it ends up in one of those two. So, and we've obviously got it in these cells again. Oh, and of course it's now purple, so it's there. One of those two. Come on, keep thinking, keep thinking, keep thinking. Oh, but this was it. It was one of those areas up. Oh no, it has to be there. And unfortunately, the only definite overlaps with green are the places that we've already got an actual physical 4 written in. So that's not doing anything. Bother. 2, 4, 1, 5. 5's in one of those. If that was a 5, we'd get a 5 here. It's going to be all about this wretched 24 cage. Does that have to contain 3, 4, 8, 9? I mean, it just doesn't. It's pointless to think about. Oh, if you're seeing what I'm missing, well, that's the way it goes sometimes. Come on, keep going, Mark. It's so interesting, but it is viciously difficult, this puzzle. Let's get rid of the greens because they were only in case I could prove an overlap. In fact, these colours are all pretty pointless now too. We know all about them and what they're doing. Can that be 9? What I'm trying to see is if this has to be yellow, and the only way it's not is if that yellow is 9, and therefore 9 would be in these cells. 9, ooh, 9 would have to be in one of those two, and one of those two. And, that cannot be 9, because that would be 9 in row 5, and that's on a knight's move. So yellow cannot be 9, so that must be yellow. That's beginning to get a bit interesting. Yes, yellow can't be in those cells by knight's move and ordinary stuff from there. And yellow's not 9, so yellow's in one of those two. And one of these 3. I don't know whether yellow's not 5 or 6 either. In fact, yellow can't be there. It is now 5 or 6. That's the whole point of yellow. Yellow is 5 or 6. Good grief. Okay, interesting. Right, yellow is 5 or 6. Where else is yellow going? Not there, not in either of those positions. Oh, what? If yellow is 5 or 6, these are the only cells for 5 or 6 down here. So, is yellow 5 or 6? Yellow can't be in those cells, so yellow must be in one of those two in box 1. Oh, what have I done with the colours? don't know, I've gone mad with the colours. Here we go, back to, right, yellow's in one of those two in box 1. Now, yellow's in one of those two in box 3. Come on, yellow, own up. Who are you? It's not here, because that's a knight's move away from this yellow. So yellow's in one of those 3. Well, not that one. And therefore it's not here. And therefore this is yellow and not 4. And that's yellow and not 7. That's not yellow. Okay, okay, this is good. So we've got a 4 here. So purple's not 4, because that one can't be. So 4 is there. That's not a 4 indeed. Ooh, neither of them are 4 indeed. That one's a 5 or 6, because it's yellow. So's that. Oh, wow. Okay. 4 is here. That fixes 4 not to be here by the knight's move. So 4 goes here. 4 in one of those two. Keep going with the 4s. How are we doing with 4s? We need a 4 right there in box thingy. And take out 4 there. That's a 4. That fixes the 2s in the 2 by 2. And that kind of runs dry a bit there. But we got a lot learnt out of that. Although, interestingly, not everything. One of those is yellow and is 5 or 6. Should I be able to tell more? I don't know. I don't think I can. But one of these is now 7. That means that isn't 7. Oh, it also means that isn't 7. Is that interesting? Not really. None of these are yellow. That's interesting. So 5 and 6 aren't both in this cage. I don't know. It sort of feels interesting, but not quite enough. Now, this sees both ends of this line, doesn't it? So it's not 8. Purple is 3, 7 or 9. And is in one of those cells. Yeah, let's have a look at purple. Purple is in one of those cells and one of... not there, because that's a knight's move away from that one. So we'll try this again with purple. That's purple. 3, 7 or 9, but it's not 9. Yeah, this is right. The only place purple can be in this column is here, so it's not 9. Purple is 3 or 7. Okay, come on, purple. Do your thing. Purple is in one of those two and one of those two. But it's right there as well in this row, because it's 3 or 7 now. Yes. So it's not there. Oops. So it's here, and it's 3. Purple is 3. There we go, folks. 3 there. I don't know which of these is purple still. Up here, it's one of those 3. Let's... Oh, goodness. Okay, it's one of those 3 and one of those 3. That means it's in the cage. That's quite interesting. It means one of those 2 can be a 3. And I don't think I know which, but the other 3 has to be in the cage. And the other 3 digits in the cage add up to 21, but they could be 9, they can't be 984. They could be 975 or 876, so there's a 7 in the cage now. 3 and 7 are both in the cage somewhere. The other 2 digits are either 86 or 95, but they don't include yellow. Wow, this is just getting crazier and crazier. Right, let's give this a colour then and just see where it goes, I suppose. There's not much else we can do, is there? Or is it this one that's more important? Or is it the fact that one of them's 8? Therefore, this isn't 8. Therefore, one of these is 8. And that means this isn't 8. 8 in the central box is in one of those 3 as a result. Intriguingly, that can't be 8. If 8's in one of those 3, that's not it. That can't be 8 because it sees both ends of this arrow circle thing. So now 8 in box 2 is in one of those 3 places. And they all see this cell, which therefore is not 8. That's, again, very strange, but it does work. And it is true, 8 in this cage is clearly in one of these 2 as well, because that's all that's left. They both see this cell, so that's not 8. So 8 in box 1 is in one of these 2. Why is 8 so weird? That can't be 8 because it sees both of those. So only one of these can be 8, and the other 8 in boxes 1 and 2 is in the cage. So there is an 8 in the cage. It must consist of 3, 6, 7, 8, and that cell is a 3. I mean, this is some form of madness. Right, that being a 3, what does that, it's purple, isn't it? What does that get us anywhere? Gets us a 3 in one of those 2 cells, and that may actually literally, no, it doesn't peter out there, because surely I can place 3 in box 2. Yeah, it's here. It's not in the cage. Okay, well, I mean, done that little. Now, look, 6, 7, 8, triple. Yellow is 5. Right. Let's fix, that's not yellow, clearly. And that is full yellow. That's full yellow. These are not yellow. That's not yellow. That's full yellow. And all the yellows are 5s. Oh, not that one. But that one is, why did that not come up? Don't know. 5s. Bang. That's a 6 and can be uncoloured. Okay, so I don't know what I've done with the colouring here. Let's get rid of all of it and put in a yellow. Okay, so 5s are done. Those aren't 5s. That's a 6, 7 pair. Now, come on, what else has this done? 6 is in one of those 2. And one of those 2. No. Oh, come on. How can this still be so difficult? I know, it's because I'm not seeing something that you're seeing. These are from 3, 6 and 7. 9 has to be in one of those 2 because we've got an 8, 9 pair there now. Well, for every reason, 9 has to be in one of those 2. 8's in one of those. I don't know. That is 7 or 9. It can't be 8 because 8 must be in one of those 2 by the arrow rule. This is 6, 7 or 8. 9 must be in one of these 2. Are they seeing anything together? No, I don't think so. Oh my goodness. 6, 7 and 8 are in these 3 cells. I don't know. I mean, that one can't be there. Doesn't say where it has to be though. 6, 7, 8 triples all over the place now. One of these 2 is a 9. Okay, so 9 in box 2 has to be here. One of those two is a 9. Yes, that's good enough. 9 there, 8 here. That's giving us a 7. The arrow is done. Surely that's going to help. 5, 7, that's a 3, 6 pair. This is 8 and 9. We know the order now. That's going to fix 8 in the cage. Excuse me a second. There we go. So that is 6 or 7. This is a 3. That's a 6. That's a 7, 3, 6 here. Let's get rid of the colouring there. That one's purple. Okay. Might as well make the 3 in the corner losing its religion into a purple one. That's not 6. These can't be 8. They're 7 and 6, so that's 8. 8s must be going everywhere. 8 is going there. 8 is going here. 8 is done there as well. Is that becoming 8? Yes, it is. Perfectly okay. No, hang on. 8 was already in this box. Thank goodness for that. Okay. 8 is going here. 9 is going here. 8 is going here. Losing my reason entirely now. 9 in the final column is here. Not here. That is not an 8. This is a 9. Got some 6, 7 pairs, plenty of them to sort out now. The 9 is here. This, let's get rid of the corner marks. Indeed, let's get rid of all corner marks because they're all pointless now. That's part of a 6, 7 pair. So I've just got these 6s and 7s to sort out. Starting here, that's a 7. That sees this one. It's a 6. Come on, come on. This must do more. Yes, that 7 that we just got sees that. 7 there. 6, 7, 6, 7, 6, 7, 6. And there we go. What a puzzle. That was extraordinary. Well, there we go for the people who recently wrote and said my videos were too short. This one's longer. And yeah, there may be a few easier steps along the way, but, you know, you try doing the whole thing unseen yourself. Wow. What a puzzle. Brilliant stuff by Celery. Really good. I don't know what colour that was. And thank you for watching, as always. Hope you had a go at that one. And hope to see you again on the channel soon. Bye for now.